Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you're doing well this morning. For math today, we're going to continue in lesson 23, but we are doing session 2 today. So our objective or our focus for today is we're going to continue to use different units to estimate length. And remember, yesterday we talked about estimation as not an exact estimate, but using what we know about measurement and using it to measure other objects. So let's start our try it problem. So if we read up at the top, it says 1 centimeter is a good estimate for the distance across your little finger. So if you look at your pinky finger and from one end to the other, that's 1 centimeter. It's about 1 centimeter. We're estimating. So not the length, but from one end to the other is about 1 centimeter. What is a good estimate for the length of this stamp? So when I notice they're not really asking for a specific measure, they're just asking for a length. So to get you started, I drew my little pinky, and from one side to the other is 1 centimeter. Remember, they want a length. They didn't ask for a specific. They didn't ask for meters or centimeters, or inches. They just said for length. So I drew what I know about estimating length. So I did my pinky, but I also use a quarter. Yesterday we learned that from one end to the other quarter is about 1 inch. So you can use either your pinky or a quarter to estimate the length of this stamp. So remember, this is a good time to get your brain focused, thinking about math, thinking about measurements. So make sure you get that done before you move on. So you can pause the video if you need to try it done. So I'm going to go down to the next page and let's see. It says explore different ways to understanding estimating length. So 1 centimeter is a good way to estimate, just like we said before. Remember, the distance from one side of your pinky to the other is about 1 centimeter. And we want to find the estimated length of this stamp. So let's picture it. You can use other objects you know to estimate lengths. So think about the distance across the middle of a quarter and the length of the stamp. So just like Miss Yanish tried in the try it, she's using a quarter to estimate the length. So if I imagine putting this quarter right under this stamp, what is the length? Do I need 1 quarter or 2 quarters or 3? Well, if it's a length of 1 quarter, then I know it's about 1 inch. We're estimating, not exact, just estimating. If I use a pinky and I know centimeters, it's from one end to the other is centimeters. So we're going to, if you put your pinky at the length of the pinky under here, how many pinkies would it take? So if I know if I had 1 little pinky, it's 1 centimeter. If I put 2, it's 2 centimeters. 3, it's 3 centimeters. So as we're working today, we want to make sure we understand that a quarter is 1 inch across and a pinky is 1 centimeter. Remember, centimeters are smaller than inches. So let's see. Number 1, picture it on the previous page. What is a good estimate for the length of a stamp in inches? So the stamp is about how many inches long? Well, if I go up here and I put my quarter under here, remember that they're asking for inches and a quarter is an inch across. How many inches is a stamp? So you're going to write that right here. So number 2, what is a good estimate for the length of the stamp in centimeters? So that's why I drew this right here for centimeters. So if you come back up here and you put your pinky, how many centimeters are there? I think it's more than 1 because a centimeter is much smaller than an inch. So I want you to estimate how many centimeters is this stamp. And you're going to write it right there. Number 3, you can use a ruler to measure the length. What is the length of the stamp to the nearest centimeter? So here's your centimeters. What is the length to the nearest centimeter? So they lined it up for 0, and so how many centimeters? About to the nearest, to the closest centimeter. Is it matched? I want you to think, is it close to what you wrote using your pinky? Was your estimate a good estimate with using your pinky and your centimeter ruler? They should be fairly close. Number 4, look back at your try it strategies. What strategy do you like the best for estimating? So, for example, I can write that I like using the quarter better as an estimate because for me, a quarter really gives me a good length. So, for example, remember yesterday we used I use 8 quarters to measure my the length of my foot, and that told me that my foot is 8 inches long. So, for example, I can say that I like using quarters to estimate length the best because I like to use inches when I measure things. So if I want you to think about what unit of measure you like to use and write it right here and explain it. Remember, you can pause this video at any time. Apply it, our last page. So it says use the hair clip and ribbon to answer the problems 5 and 6. So here, they're telling me that this hair clip is 2 inches, but they don't give us how many inches this ribbon is. So estimate the length of the ribbon. The ribbon is about blank inches long. Well, if you take this, so that's one hair clip. If you put another hair clip right here, that's another. So that's 2 plus 2 is 4. And then maybe adding another one. About how many inches is this ribbon? So you're going to use that paper clip to help you measure or estimate the length of the ribbon. It says use an inch ruler to measure. So you're going to grab your inch ruler and you're actually going to measure this ribbon. So remember, lining it up at 0 and checking. And you want to check, was your estimate close? Number 7, estimate the length of the teacher's desk in feet. So you don't have a desk, but maybe your table in your kitchen. I want you to measure that. How many feet do you think? Do you think you can grab your ruler? Is it greater than 1 foot? Because we know 12 inches isn't a foot. So I think it's greater than a ruler, right? So you can use your ruler. I would say that my desk is probably about 4 feet long. So you're going to estimate first. So about, and then you're going to say, I think it's about 4 feet tall, 4 feet long. And then you're actually going to use your ruler, or if you have a measuring tape, to measure the table. And your last one, it says estimate the classroom, but I said just your room wall in meters. And remember, you want to make sure that you estimate and then you write your actual length. So you're going to use an actual measuring tape or something that you have to measure that. I hope that this helps, my friends, and I also hope that you are making sure that you are pausing the video to make sure you are catching up and making sure that you are measuring and making sure that you are estimating also.